In this video, I'm going to be showing you everything you need to know if you're coming from, Valorant or any other shooter. If you want to see video settings, I made another video about this. Top right, these are my audio settings. For the most part, this is personal preference. Only one thing I would enable, and that would be the 10-second warning volume. Think of it as the outer ring of the spike on Valorant. This only applies if you don't have a diffuse kit, and if you have a music kit, it's a different song. Inside game, this is where the most settings are. Enable developer console. This is really important. Even if you don't know any console commands, learning console is just faster. Make sure you go to radar, max these out so that you can see the most. These are my settings. This is what my radar looks like. So I can pretty much see the whole map. But if I can't and I really need to see like palettes from here, I'll just press tab. The things that I would bind, your actual grenades. So normally you have cycle grenades. This is 4, and what that means is, let's say you have 4 grenades. You have all the grenades, and when you press 4, it cycles through. But if you change each single key, so flashbang is 4, smoke is Q, Molotov is left alt for me. That means like each time I want a specific molly, I just press that key. It's just best to actually get the keybinds down, so like it's just super consistent. Unlike any other shooter you've known, whenever you let go of your movement key, you don't stop. You have a movement delay or inertia, and you can see this by the velocity number. So there's deceleration and there's acceleration. If you are moving while shooting, even the slightest bit, depending on the weapon, you will not be accurate at all. So how do we not move after we let go of a key? We counter strafe. You know that thing in Valorant they tell you never to do? You have to do it in CS, kind of where like it came from. And all counter strafing is slightly tapping the opposite movement key when you want to stop. So counter strafing is really important to be able to peek something and stop at the exact time that you want to. You can re-peek. This should make sense if you play Valorant. You want to be a lot more deliberate with your movement. Something I saw in a Valorant player is that since you don't have any inertia, you kind of move really small. This game has insane peekers advantage, so it's better if you just swing out. But there's jiggle peeking, where you're trying to bait out a shot or get info without revealing most of your body. You can't tell how much of your body is showing, and you always want to jiggle the closest to your object, because you will move faster and they will see you before you see them. So if someone's right here and they're holding this angle and there's a bot right there, they will see you before you see them. And if you're jiggling, they're going to hold this corner really close. The next peek would be a wide peek. Jiggle peek, wide peek. I think in Valorant it is known as like a pop and swing. Yeah, sometimes the wider you're better. You want to swing wider if you want to bait. You're low HP, I'm saying, you're baiting for a teammate. That's not all there is to movement. Unlike Valorant, strafing and B-hop has a little bit more of a skill curve. In CS2 you can strafe in the air as much as you like, as long as you have the correct sync, so you can strafe multiple times in the air. And what this allows you to do is to get more velocity. You see, with a normal jump, if I just hold W and I jump and let go, my max velocity is 250. But if I jump strafe a little bit, max velocity is 280. This will allow you to hit jumps a lot more consistent. There's a whole bunch of jumps in the game that you will only learn like after playing the game for a while. I'm trying to show this one right here. So that's one on van, and that allows you to get up here a lot quicker, but it's obviously a lot harder. You're not going to hit this every single time. Things like this do not exist in Valorant. Let's talk about shooting. Some guns in this game, just like the shorty, or you would say the frenzy, have specific characteristics. So if I use the Tech 9, whenever I am fully running, my first bullet will be 100% accurate no matter what. So with the Tech 9, it's kind of a running gun weapon, literally. That's just one of the characteristics of the gun. There are other guns like this. Some guns have scope, like the SG. Some guns do more head damage. There's even a taser in the game. So there are different guns, and it's going to be really daunting at first to pick up spray patterns. Lucky for you, there's something in this game called follow recoil. So if you go to settings and you go to new, you see you scroll down, it says follow recoil. Crosshair will lead the center screen to follow the weapon recoil pattern. You want to enable this, and all this will do is just move your crosshair when you shoot. So I wish there was a setting personally where you could choose which guns it's on, because for guns like the MP9, it's like really good, right? You can fight people, helps you learn the recoil pattern. So I know the recoil pattern is down and to the right because when I don't push anything, it goes up and to the left and then to the right. So I'm gonna do to the right and to the left. This is really useful in case you just want to know if you hit the person using a gun you never used before. But I just like it because on the pistols it also moves and it really fucks up pistol aim. Obviously with the Tech 9 it's not that bad, but you can imagine like you trying to use a deagle, right? You're trying to use the USPS and that thing is like moving like this every time you're trying to aim for the head. So for me personally, that's why I keep it off. I don't really like it, but I would recommend to keep it on if you're new to the game. I think once you get, moving down, shooting will be the least of your worries in this game. What I really want to talk about, and this is kind of like the main reason why I made this video, is game sense. I'm not trying to call Valorant Players dumb, but just the way how both games are played are just completely different. Sorry, I'll leave a link to the video in the description. It was a video of him giving his thoughts CS2 as a Valorant player. One thing he did in the gameplay was from T-spawn, after spawning, he would go to mid, and he would run down mid, and then he would get to this point and he would shift walk. Now if you play this game, you know like what are you doing, right? But in Valorant, since the maps are a lot smaller and you move a lot slower, footsteps are so important in that game. In Valorant, everyone shift walks. This is known. Like it's literally like you're playing Rainbow Six Siege. You can't make noise because if you do, you're practically dead. In CS2, they added this circle just like in Valorant, so you can hear how big your footsteps are in the minimap. You see when you jump, there is a noise, but you can't hear it, unless you're in that circle. So that's a lot smaller circle than before. And there are ways to get down from objects without making noise. What I recommend you is to forget everything about Valorant when it comes to game sense. Info is super important. You don't have, a Sova dart that's going to, ping off here, and you're going to get info for here for free. Hell nah. You're going to have to use your nades to flash, molly to clear it, smoke so you can get out, flash so you can entry. Now this is only something that you're going to improve like while playing the game. This isn't like I'm so serious. There's things that you just do not learn by like me just telling you. You're gonna have to play the game and just know like, okay, like a person can't be here. It's just not possible. But just like Valorant, every map has callouts. Every map has, default plans. These things are going to take time. And there's no point in me just like, unloading all this information on you just for you to forget it. But I will be making a Mirage guide. I feel like I went over the basics, Other than that, there's some like really niche stuff. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.